Hello, everyone. My name is Andrew Kimmel,
And I'm Matthew King.
and we're here to present our final project for mobile programming titled Viceroy. Back in August, when we started to brainstorm ideas for apps that we could implement in one semester, I started to notice a common trend among younger students that I didn't see very much previously. I commonly saw people vaping on their commute to class, watching videos on TikTok or Instagram in their spare time, and a significant amount of my friends were drinking more than usual. These aren't uncommon traits for a college student, but they were becoming more frequent than I remembered them to be when I was a freshman. I was getting worried that casual and potentially dangerous addictions were getting normalized, so we decided to use this opportunity to draft a potential solution to the problems I thought were most critical. But we knew this wasn't an empty playing field. Once we started development, we knew how many apps had already been published with like tens of millions of downloads on the Google Play Store. Um, and we assumed that the companies making these apps were doing such a good job at developing them that it wouldn't really be worth it to try and make a better one. But we found out that there were some grievances that a lot of users had with them that we thought we could target and make a better app from in a way. By recording anecdotes from friends and family who had used these popular apps, we identified three common issues with them that led to user dissatisfaction. First, most of these apps are only developed around quitting an addiction with the cold turkey method and only track how long you haven't engaged with an addiction. Nearly all of the people we talked to said that this was a very unrealistic way to go about combating their addiction and preferred to instead moderate their usage at a safe level. Secondly, these apps already had predefined addictions and habits that you couldn't modify to your choosing. Third, nearly all of these apps had some sort of extra content that barrages the user with motivational quotes and kind of like fake enthusiasm that did more to demean them than support them. More than one person we talked to said that those were one of the main reasons why they stopped using that app. So with this information, we started drafting the main goals of our app. Overall, our app was designed to be easy and very fast to use above anything else. We didn't want to add a feature just because it seemed like a good idea if that feature impeded on the main goal. Um, and in line with that philosophy, we kept the UI very minimal and open to as many vices that the user needed to track at one time.
All right. So this is the app we made. Um, this is the screen that the user starts out in. This lists out all the devices that they've created. Um, it just gives the device name, and then on the right is how many times the device has been engaged in for the current day. Um, and then they can press this button to increment it, just like that. Um, then when a user clicks on a device, it'll show some more information about it. So it shows how many times they've engaged in it for the day. And then there's also the limit here. So the limit is 10. And then it also shows the previous engagement. So this chart has the past 7 days, and then the amount that the user engaged in the device for each of those days. So you can see they were using it more like a few days ago, and then their usage just decreased. Um, and then I guess it should also show creating a device. So when you create a device, you give it a name, like drinking, for example. Um, you specify the unit, which is like would be drinks in this case, just like the thing that's being counted, basically. Um, and you could specify an increment, and then you give like a limit. And you can save that, and it'll show up here. You can just increment it from here, and then see the engagement over time. I think that's everything.
So even though we accomplished all the goals that we set for ourselves at the beginning of the semester, we think our project could definitely be improved upon with a couple small changes. Of course, we kept the same UI from the template that we copied from the assignment 2 solution off of Blackboard, which doesn't look the greatest. So overhauling that wouldn't be a bad idea. Secondly, we think modifying the activities to run as fast as they can really hits home with our main goal, that being just making it the easiest app to use, where you open it and it runs almost instantly. So it gives the user more motivation to keep tracking their addiction or vice and be better at that. Um, and we also think having an option to enable a button on the notification bar would be a great idea for this ease of access philosophy, um, so that you could just kind of scroll down your screen and hit a button, and you wouldn't even have to open up the app necessarily, just keep it running in the background all day. And yeah, that's our presentation. Thank you for watching. This is a really fun project to work on. I'm very glad I took this class. Definitely going to keep working with Android Studio and Kotlin in my spare time. And thank you again.